What's up, peeps?
Anyway, I really need to get it empty because, as you can see,
Oh, Duggar. He's cool. We like Duggar. Busted down this row machine, I'm guessing. This is all the steel, iron, light iron, few bolts, a couple little screws. I took it apart with just that. These are the main things holding it together. Took them out. Everything popped out. Got this nice piece of extrudy. Little bit of extrudy. Extrudy for the booty. Bam, sons. That's what I'm saying. Money. Some guy at work was asking me about scrap and said he had a bunch of junk he didn't know what to do with. Cleaned out his garage. So he asked if I took scrap metal, and I said sure. Let's get down close. Yeah, also out of there was a bunch, there's junk wire. Got some junk wire. Ugh. Piece of aluminum, little piece. Came with the junk wire. Now, what we got here? Get my mag. Look at that. Crazy. What's that doing in there? I was in that bag. Huh. Long story short, he was asking if I would scrap a bunch of screws, and I said, yeah. Anything metal? And he's like, anything metal? Screws? I was like, yeah. It's my keep life bucket. So I went through it, kept all the washers, threw the screws in my screw bucket. Yeah, he brought me that bag. And the handoff was kind of sketchy. It was funny. Handoff was kind of sketchy, but it was just a bag full of screws and washers and just stuff he wanted out of his garage, just stuff he wanted out of his garage. That's all it was. Metal. Every little bit counts. That's what I told him, so he brought me a little bit. And if everybody did that, jeez, that'd be all right, man. Just give me all your little screws, washers, bolts that you don't want, keys. Yeah, send me your keys. I want all your keys. Everybody, send me the keys. And I'm going to put them all in a couple 5-gallon buckets and turn them in. And then have a pizza party, and you're all invited. Not what I thought. I don't think. Yeah. Dang it. Oh well. That makes it easier. I don't have to take it apart. I thought that was an aluminum handlebar for some reason. It does have aluminum. Hey guys. Sorry. Still rolling. Stand up. Alright. It does have a extruded alloy piece here on the top plate, but man, you gotta take it all apart. It's just silly. I'm leaving it, man. I got that big old other piece, man. It's pretty heavy. Well, I thought I was gonna have to cut that off there or something. That was aluminum. That was aluminum handlebar, but I didn't know what to do with it. That just makes it a lot easier. Cleaning up, trying to get things under a tarp over here. It was a little mess. My little hideout where I go and think, ponder about the world and the issues and fabrications of life. That's where I get my head straight. Got a little score last night. It's aluminum, copper, shreddable. There was so much more in the dumpster, but that would have involved getting in there, shuffling things around, pulling out big old heavy pieces of steel at 5:30 this morning. Nah. Like I said before, it's actually illegal to trash pick, dumpster dive, all that, greenfield. So you got to be quick about it, I guess, because, you know, I take that chance. It's illegal up in Indianapolis too, but people just don't care. They actually prefer you to do so, really. I mean, most people, 90%. There's that small 10% that hate you doing what you're doing. But yeah, most people, they'll put all their scrap metal outside the bin or on top of it, you know, for us scrappers. Out here, people, they just hate it. There's a few scrappers that have been doing it out here for a long time, so they're pretty well known. I used to live right down the road from one. He lived like right down, well, actually a couple trailers down from me. And that's when it's a few years ago, and that's when I came up with the idea of the dumpster diving prospectors. One man's trash is another man's payday. Short movie I want to make. Been talking about it for about 4 years now. Might start doing it. Then I got caught up on this YouTube thing. Yeah, not bad. I like this kind of stuff. Look at that. It's nice pallet wood. Already taken apart. This pallet was already falling apart when at work. We like that kind. We like that kind when the wood's already apart off the pallet. It just came off. Easy. That's because they didn't use the twist nails. They used regular nails on that one. That's why it came apart so easy. Because usually, yeah, see, I got the twist nail from the nail gun. This one doesn't even have it. Yeah, it's regular old nails. Yep, free pallet wood. Don't know what to do with it. I got some ideas. One of them is probably burn it, later in the fire pit. But yay, gotta like the freebies. What do you think? Free pallet wood? Good? Yeah. I get to get up at 5 a.m. every morning and strip wire for you. It's the best. That looks like steel. Looks like steel. Yellow brass. Look at this old thing I found. Isn't that cool? I had this thing for a while now. I had this thing for a long time. A couple years. Don't know where I found it. Found it in the trash. Pretty neat. Check this out. Bring more stuff in. A few more of those. Some more of that. Whatever. Bringing it in. This thing will work. Look at that. Oh. Look at that. I got that new blade put in there. Hey, I just realized something. I can be a first for the first. A first for the first. There you go, Canadian treasure hunter her. Old Dumpster Jared gave you a first. Thumbs up.
Leave a sign up here. Prohibited materials.
Canadian treasure hunter her.
Oils. Should really crack it down on different things now.
Oh wait, what did he just say?
Leave a sign up here. Prohibited materials now. Cylinders, paints, oils. Should really crack it down on different things now.
Yeah, that's what I heard. My yard's doing the same thing, and I'm supposed to pick up like right there, and oh, it didn't give you enough time. There it is. Okay, and there was a new section in there. It was right here, and well, I'm sorry about the smoking. Like I said, don't do what I do. I'm not a professional at anything. You gotta be careful on that one. Dealing with a sharp razor blade, I shouldn't have to explain. But then again, I'm not a professional. As I'm doing it, not even watching you, but I'm watching Canadian treasure hunter through the viewfinder while I'm cutting this shit off this shit. Ah, that hurts my hand. Well, y'all get the gist. I can turn this into the yard is clean, stainless now. I'm not going to turn it in yet, actually, when I say turn it in. Because I just got a small pile. She Scraps was asking about the stainless pile because I don't come across it, you know, so much, but I should just save it. Now I'm going to save it because I got some pretty large pieces, actually. This being one of them. The other one's 120 times this size. Wait, it was in the last video. So I'm going to cut these grips off. And these little things here, Allen wrenches, they're always a metric on a bicycle these days. Old bicycles may be American. Some really old. I hate to say it. Oh, dang. I thought there would be a made in China sign in there. But there is. That was made in China. Made China, Taiwan, whatever. Cutting grips, man, you want to cut away from you. Let's keep on moving there. Kind of what, you know, actually working in the bike shop and all the scrap metal coming through there, you know, the aluminum rims, I knew from taking cans in that, you know, heavy aluminum was worth a lot more money than cans, so that's what got me started, was being in that bike shop. I was, well, I guess that cat's Scrap Hawk, I was about his age. I was about 14 when I started working there, and I used to collect cans because I used to collect bottles as a kid too to make money and cut grass when I got older and whatnot. Got a little bit of alloy here, but don't get me wrong, a lot of people will pass that as clean, and the scrap yards will probably take it, but I'm pretty sure that's cast. I'm sure that piece has been cast and machined out from a cast billet. There we go. We got some steel handlebars, I think. Did we? Anybody? Bueller? Yeah, steel bars. But there's alloy up on this thing. This is all cast. All the brake levers, everything, the V-brakes, the 990 U-pull, the side pull, they're all actually cast aluminum. Unless you really go with a high brand, then it's CNC machined. But we're talking high brand though. So all the wires and the brake cables will go in here. This little piece is alloy. This is the V-brake noodle the brake went into. You know, the brake cable. And you pull that dude out, throw it in your shred. maybe you could sell a lot of these if you got like 50. Sell a lot for, you know, $10. Somebody might buy them. Grab that piece of aluminum, pull it out. Plastic. Pull it out. You got yourself a little piece of alloy. What's this one? Alright, back. Action. Take this end cap off after you get the screws out. And this is where the good stuff comes, right here. Especially if you got an alloy frame. This is where the good stuff is. And this is what got me into scrapping, was the alloy. Don't get me wrong. Making money was. But, you know, how easy alloy was to get from pop cans to boom, baby, right here. I really loved it when these things popped into place, man. This was, I started late 88. I was 14 years old, getting ready to hit 15. And I was scrapping parts out. You know, I was scrapping parts out of the bike shop when I was like 17. You know, like full on, dude. And I'm 46 now. So, and I mean, if you want to talk about scrapping, man, I mean, I've done it with cans, pop tops. Yeah, pop tops. There was a lot more glass bottles with the steel tops. Psh, you know, you had to open up with a can opener. Bottle opener, I mean. Yep, so you got your steel bolt, you got a piece of aluminum. Nice chunky boy. These stacks are all aluminum. I mean, I just check them, because some of the cheap brands might use a steel for some reason, but probably aluminum. I mean, the stuff's cheap enough. This one. Holy cow. I was thinking it was a sealed bearing headset, but I think it's just a sealed mechanism, which is a cheap way of saying sealed bearing, but sealed bearing cartridge is much stronger than the sealed mechanism. Don't be fooled. Let's see here. I don't see a split in the ring, though. Usually there's a split in the ring so you can pop that dude loose. Boom. There it goes. Easy as that. Oh, there was a split right there. That sounds like aluminum. Nah, that's steel. Piece of plastic. That was just the sealed mechanism part right there, is a piece of plastic covering the, you know, exposed now. Ball bearing. The sealed cartridge is like what I had on that Skyway mag wheel on my last video. That was a sealed bearing cartridge. Man, it's what you find in roller skates, skateboards, the Razor scooters. I do believe the wheels have sealed bearing cartridges. So here's another head tube. Full on alloy. I just gotta knock out these steel cups, just like the old Schwinn. Wherever that sucker went. Just like the old Schwinn, boy. Just gotta knock them cups out now, and we got some clean alloy. And I'll tell you what, though, man. Made in China, made in Taiwan, made in the USA. It's all good stuff, man. I mean, this stuff is beautiful. Look at these welds. These were probably, this one was hand welded, I could tell. This one, on the other hand, may have been CNC machined welded. Ain't that cool? See how straight everything is? How straight. And then you look at this one, and it's off to the side, crooked and whatnot. This is the one made in Taiwan, so they probably still got manual labor going on. This was made in China. They just don't put the decals on them anymore. They haven't put the decal on there in a minute, like 10 years now, but that's some good craftsmanship. CNC machined, or CNC welded, I'm sure. The head tube's machined too, CNC machined. Before they welded it all together, this head tube was just a pipe, and they machined it down as on a lathe machine, and then came in and bored out flat spots for that cup to fit perfectly. It's awesome stuff right now. Bikes have changed so much since I was a kid, but there was some of that machining going on, the head tube. But that was like a really high-end bikes that, you know, I never had, even today.
Sit, meow mix, sit. Meow. That's a good pussy.